Hey guys, welcome to My Sew Bliss. Today I'm super excited to be sharing with you my top 5 things that I made in the month of April. Now, I usually don't make this many things in 1 month, but I think I just caught the sewing bug. It was still cold and it kept snowing outside, so I was like, I'm just gonna sew. And that's what I did. So I wanted to share with you the top 5 things that I made because I made some really fun things and I think you guys would really like them as well. So the first thing that I want to show you, the first thing that I made was this Newlook pattern 6574. I've had it for a little bit. I've seen it around a lot. So I was super curious about this one. And I actually made my Easter dress view. I did view A. I guess it was view C. I think it's more just the sleeve length is what I did differently. But I made this dress. So you can see it has like the keyhole. There's some buttons right here. Short gathered sleeves.
I'm not sure I understand.
Thanks, Suri. And just a pretty flowy dress. It's a little wrinkled right now from hanging in my closet. But I got this fabric from Mood. It's a Mood exclusive fabric and I just love it. It's super pretty. It's a viscose, very drapey and beautiful, but does need to be ironed. So that was a really fun make and it looked really good for Easter. Although once I wore it on Easter, I was like, why didn't I wear like a pastel or some brighter florals? But this was good. Usually I am brighter, so this was a good like muted, I can wear every season all the time dress. And I really love it. So made that one, and then I made another Newlook pattern. I made this shirt. It was view B, but with a straight edge. So I just made, technically I made view C, just longer. And I just want some really comfy, cozy, like good shirts, especially for summertime. This one, again, a little wrinkly, but I love it. Apparently I'm liking the keyhole look right here. It's just a fun little detail. It's a little boxy, drapey. And then this fabric, I believe it's a Ruby Star, like weft and woven kind of thing from probably 2 years ago. I got it at a local fabric store and I just really love it. It has like this yummy texture to it. You guys can not really see that, but it does. I promise you these lines, it's like this good texture. So they have some really great, Ruby Star Society has some really great fabrics for clothing, not just quilts. I know they make a lot of like quilting cotton, but they also are getting into fabric for clothes, like these wovens, the weft and wovens, and they're just so pretty. And like the texture of them, it's just yummy. So if fabric can be yummy, those ones are. The next thing I did, we'll go to this one. So I made, this is a duffel bag. You can kind of see it's huge, like amazing. I love it. I want to go on a weekend trip just so I can use this, and I haven't yet, but I'm going to soon, hopefully. So this is my friend Caitlin makes bag patterns. She also makes quilt patterns. This is one of her newer patterns and it's called the Patchwork Duffel. And this one obviously isn't patchwork. I want to make more of them now that I've made the like most basic version of it. But I've had this stripe fabric for like years and finally I was like, okay, I have to use it. I love it so much. And I need to use the fabrics that I love and not just have them sitting around my sewing room. So I used it, got it quilted. She also does quilting. So I just had 2 yards of this and then the inside fabric is this gorgeous ice cream cone. Isn't that so fun? Pink. It's like a bubblegum or cotton candy pink, like so pretty. So I had 2 yards of each and I just had those quilted together and had like these whole cloth, 2 pieces just quilted together. She did it. She got to choose. I was like, I have no idea what kind of quilting I want, what color. So she chose, I think it's like this light baby pink thread and then this swirls, and it just turned out so good. So I got that quilted like 6 months ago and finally this month I was like, I need to do it. And I got all the supplies from her as well. So I'll put her like website down below. It's called, excuse me, it's called Knot and Thread, I think, design. And she does these patterns, super amazing. which leads me actually to this bag. So like I said, I had 2 yards quilted. So this bag, I want to say only took like a yard. I could be wrong with that though. But it was super, like, I mean, you can kind of see about a yard of fabric for this one. And so I had all this other quilted fabric left over, and Caitlin from Knot and Thread also came out with this pattern, which is called the All Things Tote, and it comes in 3 sizes, or you can make it in 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. This is the medium one, and I just was like, okay, perfect, I have the supplies. And I got this amazing webbing. This is a Tula Pink webbing that I got from my local fabric store that I really love. I got that, and then again, same fabrics. This star binding I just had in my stash, but this is also a Ruby Star Society. And I didn't say before, I'm so sorry, the stripe fabric is Wolf and Rabbit's fabric. I actually like found them on Facebook like years ago and got this fabric because I just love the rainbow. I love the colors, and it was so perfect. So again, like I said, I've had it for years, but I think they still sell it. And yeah, it's like Wolf and Rabbit fabrics. I'm going to link everything that I talk about below so you guys can check it out. And then the ice cream one is a cotton steel. It's like an old cotton and steel, like probably 5 years at least. I don't know. I don't keep track of those things, but it's really nice and just goes together so well. So that is where those 2 are from. And then this one, like I said, Ruby Star Society, and the handles are Tula Pink. But this was a super quick and easy project, and both of them have like pockets on the sides, which are super cute. And I just turned that so the stripes go the other way, and I love how that turned out. But you can see I did the same thing on this one, and then just had like this teal fabric from my stash that I used on the binding for that. So both of those I'm super excited about. I'm thinking like of making more of these for Christmas presents, and if I do it now, I won't be as rushed later on down the road, because I feel like Christmas comes around and I'm going crazy. But I'm just obsessed with them. I just kind of leave them by my sewing station up on my kitchen table, and then I get to see them every day, which is really nice because they're just so beautiful. I love bright colors, if you haven't noticed. So I made those, and the reason I was like super adamant about making this was because I went to a quilt like retreat or workshop at a different local fabric store. Lindsay from Pen and Paper Patterns came and taught. She did a trunk show one night, which was amazing. We got to see so many good quilts. Oh my gosh, she has so many quilts. And got to look at all of her patterns. So these are just a few of the ones I got. This is her latest one. It came out this past week, I believe. And then this one, oh my gosh, look at those daisies. So pretty. Is it gonna focus? There we go. Okay, and then the book one. I'm obsessed with reading lately. So lots of options, and I mean, she has a ton more. So we did a trunk show one night and got to see all of her amazing quilts. And then the next 2 days from like 10 to 5, we just went and sewed and made this quilt. And I'm not like a huge quilter, but I'm really getting into it and loving it. I'm having all these ideas in my head. So this was such a fun way to get started, learn a few new tips and tricks, and also meet more sewing people in my community, which was so fun. I've like talked to people on Instagram, but just meeting them in person is like another world, you know? So I can barely show it. I'm going to insert some pictures of this, but this is the Sparrows quilt, like I said, by Pen and Paper Patterns, and I'll link these below. But I'm all about like using fabrics from my stash, even though I bought like a bunch of fabric lately, because I need more now. Apparently. But for this quilt, I used pretty much everything that's from my stash except for the background fabric, because I didn't have like that much fabric. You need like 3 or 4 yards for the background, and I was like, there's no way I have the same fabric. So I went and got that from a local fabric store, which that one's a Ruby Star Society. Can you tell I have like a favorite? I tend to gravitate towards certain fabric designers, but they're so good. So, and then the rest of these are all like from my stash. honestly, most of them I have no idea where they are from and how long I've had them. I've probably had some of these for years. So, but we just made, for 2 days, we sat and sewed and chatted and had lunch, and it was so nice, and just made this quilt. So I got like 6 of my sparrows done. They come in one quilt, it's 24 of them. So I got about 6 of them done, but then I started like chain piecing them, which is just like doing all the steps for every single block at the same time. And that actually was really nice because I was almost done by the end of day 2. Now I will say I am like a very fast sewer. I'm not a perfectionist. So there are things that I'm like, oh, that could have, like this one, exactly. This one could have lined up a little better, but you know, from far away, it doesn't look that bad. And once it's quilted, I'm not even gonna notice. So I don't care about those things. Whereas I know a lot of people, which is totally fine, that's just like your personality, they would never leave something like that, which is fine. I'm just not a perfectionist. I'm more about like getting it done. And I knew that if I had a lot to do after the workshop, I wasn't going to get this done very quickly. So, and then luckily after the workshop, I still had the juices flowing and the creativity flowing. So I got this done pretty quickly afterwards. I mean, that was probably 2 weeks ago. So then every day I've kind of worked a little bit on it, and well, my kids are at school, so it's been really nice. So those are my top 5 makes of the month of April. Like I said, probably won't be like this most months. It was really nice. My kids were in school, so I had a lot of sewing time. Now that summer's coming, definitely not gonna have as much sewing time, but I'm excited to share this all with you guys, and make sure to subscribe. Look out for some more sewing tutorials and more shares with my makes and my sewing room and all the fun things. I'm excited to share some more videos with you in the coming weeks, months, years, all the things. If you have any comments or questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. You can also check me out on Instagram. I'm really a lot more quicker to reply there. But I will see you guys next time. Bye!